Update. Turns out God loves it. And we got them cleaned down where they look. Everybody got to pull up. No Slick's still over there by me on his door. And then when I walked back, I said, yeah, they're beating on your door. I said, well, I just learned to park in a parking spot, so I didn't have that trouble. He said, why are you beating on it so hard like that? I said, it always sounds louder inside. I said, when I was a rookie, and I said, I was a real dumbass. I mean, I was a rookie, and somebody beat on the door. I thought, man, why are they beating like that? It's so loud. And it happened 2 or 3 times because I was real stupid. I wouldn't just park in a parking spot. And then one day I was in the truck and my wife it beat on the side of the truck. I said, why are you beating on it so hard? And she's like, I barely touched it. I was like, really? She's like, yeah. And that's what I noticed. It sounds a lot louder inside the truck than it does outside. So if you're in the truck, pro tip, if you're in the truck and it sounds really loud when somebody beats on the door, it sounds louder inside than what's intended on the outside. And I explained that to that guy. And I said, I just quit being a dumbass and just parked in a parking spot instead of parking in everybody's way. I said, nobody's beat on my door since. So basically, I told the dude he was stupid and he was a dumbass for parking in the way. And then I was like, I got 2 rules. Number 1, get the fuck out of the way. Number 2, if they try to jump on me, I'll whoop their ass. Number 3, if I start losing the fight, I start slinging lead. And he was like, yeah, those are my rules too, or whatever. So me and 3 other dudes standing there and the guy in the truck, we all got this bravado thing of, yeah, we'll whoop somebody's ass. But nobody aimed it at each other. So like that's like the the Jedi trick, Jedi mind trick. The bitch about it with them type of deal. Instead of being against them or whatever else like that. You know what I mean? Jump in there on their side. Yeah, that's dumb. Yeah, that's stupid. And let them figure out you were talking about them later. And then bring up, physicalities. Because every truck driver, for some reason, is just ready to whoop somebody's ass. But looking for a reason not to. Because, we're family dudes. We don't want to fight nobody. You know what I mean? I don't know how everybody else looks at it. A lot of them's scared. Don't get me wrong. There's a lot of it's fear, but for me, it's paperwork, dude. I don't want to do the paperwork on it. And of course, you got CYA and all that and everything. So I'm not really scared I'm going to wind up in prison over some kind of altercation. I'm pretty good at staying out of the hooscow, unless I'm trying to go. And then, that was my retirement plan for a while. But anyway, peace prevailed. Everybody got their bravado out. Everybody got on down the road. And, yeah, it's pretty good. Pretty good stuff. He still ain't moved, though. I think I'm going to go over there and park in front of him. Sit there till I got to go. No, none of that. I should go over there and be like, hey, man, they keyed your car for sitting there, right? They keyed all them cars on your trailer while you were sitting there, right? Them car haulers are, man, that equipment is expensive and that freight is exposed, and yeah, it's not good. All right, well, that's the update. Rock Hill. Go get them.